Please be seated. Welcome to the Alabama School for the Deaf commencement ceremony for the class of 2021. If there are some balloons in the audience, to make sure the graduation ceremony is visually accessible to everyone, please keep those and other items below seat level. I would like to recognize some of our special guests. First of all, our 2021 seniors. Congratulations to y'all, their families, and friends. Our Aidb president, Dr. John Massia, and his wife, Dr. Nancy Massia, who's over here. Miss Vera Hendricks, the vice president for Aidb instructional programs. Our Aidb president staff who's here. I want to welcome all of you. Our Aidb vice president staff who is also in attendance. I would like to welcome our commencement speaker, Mr. John Reed from the National Technical Institute for the Deaf, admission counselor. We also have some board members in attendance today. I'd like to recognize Francis Taylor, who is the chairperson of the Aidb board. William Dobbs, sitting over here. Jackie Smith. Also, I believe Ronnie Garrett's in attendance. And his wife, Joan. I would like to also recognize and thank the leadership and the foundation of ASD, the department directors. Dr. John Jernigan. He's back there. Somewhere. I'm trying to find him. I know he's here somewhere. There he is. Miss Shanae Rouse. Miss Sarah McConaughey. She's not here today, but just want to recognize her. Mr. Walter Ripley. Miss Teresa Tackett. And also, my foundation, my assistant, Miss Ava Ballard. Now, I think I've recognized everyone who's here, and I do want to thank you for coming and making this celebration a very special day. Now, I would like to say something to our seniors. First of all, congratulations to you, our seniors. You all are heroes in my book. You made it through a year full of challenges, including COVID. You bounced back and forth from learning at home and then coming on campus to learn. You are persistent. Keep that persistence going for the rest of your life. I'm so proud of you, and know that you leave here as proud graduates of this school that we all love and cherish. Before you leave today, make sure you thank everyone who helped you on your journey. This would be your parents, ASD staff, and others. Again, congratulations. Now, for the next part of the program, this year's salutatorian, or Sal, is Alicia Jaramillo. To be in the top 2 of your class means you have worked hard and done even more than it takes to be successful. Alicia is extraordinary, an example of dedication and effort. Alicia Jaramillo.
Thank you, Paul. I'm very honored to be here today. Welcoming our speaker, John Reed, the president, John Massia, the vice president, Vera, ASD's principal, and the directors, students, families. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate it. This graduation is both a celebration of what my classmates and I have accomplished and a challenge for us to strive for an even greater journey. Outside of high school. In the words of Benjamin Franklin, without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and excess have no meaning. I have witnessed my own journey these past 4 years. I enrolled at the Alabama School for the Deaf in 8th grade, and I was clueless. It was the tale of a fresh-faced, shy girl entering into a new environment. I went from an environment where signing exact English was used and hallways were full of people using American Sign Language. My classmates patiently taught me American Sign Language even though I struggled to learn. I was lucky to have them teach me. The more I learned, the more comfortable I felt. And it became easier to participate in class. Then I started to walk these hallways with my head held high. One of the most important things that ASD has introduced me to are my classmates is to the deaf community, our identity. What it means to us is it has helped us find our identities as deaf people, even though we are deaf or hard of hearing. We are proud of ourselves. We are proud bilingual individuals in American Sign Language and English. ASL has opened the world to help us become independent and stronger people. Thank you, ASD, for giving us the opportunity. And finally, in closing, I have grown here at the Alabama School for the Deaf more than I ever thought that I ever could. I will never stop growing as a person. As you, my classmates and I, move on to the next chapter of our lives. I challenge all of you to keep growing and to see just how far life can take you. Here's to the class of 2021.
Thank you, Alicia. Let's give her another round of applause. Now, I'm proud to introduce our valedictorian. To be the valedictorian, you must be the very best academically among your class of peers. This person exemplifies the best in academics and more. Our valedictorian this year is Cade Henson. So, Cade Henson, come on up.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to welcome the parents, Board of Trustees, administrators, teachers, staff, students, and President John Massia, the Vice President Vera Hendricks, our principal, Paul Saunders, and the school director, our teachers, and our staff. Thank you for being here today. I'm really proud to be the valedictorian of the class of 2021. I have the opportunity to speak here on stage to all of you. We fought our way through the last 4 years and made to make this a special day. COVID-19 caused challenges and frustrations during our senior year, but we were all determined to make it to the top of the mountain. We did not let COVID and virtual learning stop us from doing what we needed to do. We knew we were role models for younger students, and it is through our leadership that ASD had a successful year. And we were able to go back to in-person learning. These challenges and experiences have taught us many lessons. Thomas Edison, he invented the light bulb. He says many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. We have all had different journeys through this maze of high school, but we made it through. Some of us had no Wi-Fi during virtual learning and just wanted to quit out of frustration, but we knew we were so close and we made it. I just want to thank God first. I recently faced some challenges. I was fortunate to live through a pulmonary embolism that just popped up unexpectedly one day when I was driving home from track practice. I want to thank everyone for praying and thinking of me. I was able to handle it well and fight through the pain and suffering. I was disappointed when the doctor told me that I could not run at track. It was a really tough experience to get through. Going through this experience taught me several lessons: to have patience and faith, and knowing I was so close to graduating, to not give up. We are now beginning a new chapter in our lives. Everyone has a different path in life. But the most important thing is that we each do what we need to do to make this world a better place. Everything that the community does for us in the past 4 years, it is best time to give back to our community. I want to thank Destiny Dubose for making the decision to join the Air Force. We know it will be difficult, but we are so proud of her for serving our country. Some of us will go on to build great things through welding. Some of us will have careers in customer service, and some of us will go on to college. I will keep you safe and be your weatherman. In closing, once you are out into the world, you will face many challenges, some small, some large. Through tall challenges, perseverance will help you through. Keep your faith and fight for yourself, and you will be successful. Thank you.
Thank you, Cade. Let's give him another hand. Now, it's my pleasure and honor to introduce the president of the Alabama Institute for the Deaf and Blind. We are proud to have Dr. John Massia as our AIDB president. He makes service to the students and clients at ASD and AIDB his top priority. He is an example to us all. Dr. John Massia. I want to let you know that I'm so proud of all of you. Y'all are wonderful people, and I know that your future is very, very bright. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to miss all of you.
Good afternoon. Everybody hearing me okay or accessing the interpreter well? Okay. It's such an honor for me to welcome students, parents, family members, faculty, and members of the AIDB Board of Trustees this afternoon. Each year, that I am blessed with the opportunity to stand on this stage and speak to the senior class, I think about what I can say during these last moments when, as students, you have to listen to me. You know, I've been telling you the last few weeks that we're not going to let you leave, but I guess we can't make that happen. I guess we have to let you go. And we know you're going to be great when you leave us, but we are going to miss you. In just a few moments, you will be graduates, independent young adults moving into the world to make your mark, and I want to make the most of these last few minutes that we have with you. Today marks an important day in your lives, yet graduation is not the end. It is the beginning. Today, you will all begin a new journey in your life. In making it to today, you have all overcome challenges. To get to this point is an important achievement in itself, and I commend you. The personal strengths that got you here, passion, commitment, tenacity, open minds to learn, will all be important throughout your lives. Nurture them. These will be the foundation upon which you now begin building your adult life. There is pride in your eyes and the set of your shoulders. There is hope in your hearts and plans for glory in your minds. Helen Keller said, "Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope or confidence." When you wake up tomorrow morning as a newly minted graduate of Alabama School for the Deaf, I want you to wake up with hope for a successful future based on the confidence that you should have in yourself and in the education and experiences you have had as a student here. At the Alabama School for the Deaf, you have had the privilege of being exposed to the greatest of all diversities, that of cultures, habits, languages, attitudes, and patterns of behavior. You are a strong generation of transformational individuals. However, nothing will replace your focus on your principles, your values, and the ethical and moral ground where all great ideas flourish. Nothing will take away the need to look after your family, your friends, your health. Nothing will replace your need to be fair and just, understanding and courageous in the face of adversity. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the mastering of it. Master your fear, be humble, aim higher, live your dreams, be fair and just, remembering not solely where you are going, but particularly where you came from. And one day you will look at the education you received in this great school of ours as a foundation upon which you built the greatest of all buildings, the building of your character within the frame of your integrity. Take pride in how far you've come. Have faith in how far you can go. In the meantime, savor the moments, and as Mahatma Gandhi once said, be the change you want to see in the world. And now, our speaker today is making his mark on the world as an admissions counselor at the National Technical Institute for the Deaf, which is one of the 9 colleges of Rochester Institute of Technology, and is the home to the world's first and largest technical college for the deaf and hard of hearing students. We are honored to welcome John Reed to AIDB. John Reed is a native of Cincinnati, Ohio, the second eldest of 8 siblings. John was born and raised in a deaf family. He learned his first language black ASL from his parents who attended a segregated South Carolina school for the deaf. John obtained his elementary and secondary education in the deaf hard of hearing programs under the public school district. Spoken language was the primary communication in the classrooms. After graduating from high school, John attended RIT, NTID, and earned a bachelor's degree in social work. During his high school and college years, he joined and competed with the school's wrestling teams. John, you still look like you could wrestle today. He also competed with the USA wrestling teams and won medals in 3 Deaf Olympics. He eventually became the first deaf inductee in RIT Sports Hall of Fame in 1999. A few years after graduating from RIT, he left Rochester to study for a Master's of Education degree in counseling and guidance at the University of Arizona. After completion of graduate school, he worked as a counselor for deaf hard of hearing students for the San Diego Community College District. Several years later, John relocated to Rochester to work as the admissions counselor for NTID admissions, a position he has held for over 30 years. Please join me in welcoming John Reed to ASD.
I want to say thank you. Thank you to John Massia. I want to say a special thank you to the graduates. I wish I could tell you that you should all go to NTID, but I can't. But I want to tell you a story. First, it is an honor to give this graduation speech at ASD to celebrate the class of 2021. I want to thank the high school principal, Paul Saunders, and his assistant, Ava Ballard, for inviting me to this ceremony. I've given presentations for many years. But this is the first time I have given a graduation speech. So I feel honored. I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity. High school graduation is truly special for all graduates. It's celebration time. To the class of 2021, congratulations. You did it. Let's recognize the following people. Who have been on your back supporting you to complete your education. I want to recognize your parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, siblings, cousins. Please stand. Come on, please stand. Parents, grandparents, yeah, please stand. Thank you for supporting. We appreciate you. I would also like to recognize another group of people. administrators, teachers, counselors, social workers, principals, coaches, mentors, dorm supervisors, and others. Would you please stand? Thank you. They are the ones, both groups of people, they are the ones who push you to work hard so you could receive your diploma. Thank you for supporting your graduates. Graduates, please stand. I want you all to give a round of applause and say thank you to these two groups of people. Thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting you in your success in high school. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go ahead and sit down. It is very rare for high school students to succeed by themselves. Imagine yourself doing all the work alone, not having any support. It must be boring to spend the entire high school years doing all the work alone. Now, let's talk about you, the graduates. Graduation means opening the door to your adulthood. You becoming men and women and entering into adulthood. And entering your journey into the future. What is your future? You may ask yourself, what do you want to do after high school? Maybe going to college or getting a job to earn money. Some of you may already have plans after high school, maybe going to college or getting a job. And there are others of you who still don't know what to do next. No criticism. It is very common for people to not know what they want to do. Going to college is studying for a future career. To get that career, it may require 2 to 6 years before you're able to finally land a career. If you decide you want a job, that's fine, but what kind of job? Do you need training? Or maybe the job does not require training. Sometimes a job can be exciting, and sometimes it can be boring. For those of you who don't know what to do, my question to you is, what's holding you back? If you're not sure, and you maybe need to wait a year, that's fine. But don't wait too long. Believe me, time goes faster than you think. You've been in ASD, communicating, you're very comfortable here, but soon you'll be in the outside world, the hearing world, the real world. The deaf world is small. The hearing world is vast. After ASD, you enter the real world, the hearing world. Are you ready for the real world? I would like to give you some advice. Number one is to set high goals for yourself, whether it be college, a career, or whatever you want to do. Without a goal, it's like a ship traveling around the ocean with no place to reach. Without any goals. It's better to have goals. My second piece of advice is to stay focused. You'll be distracted by many things in life that can draw you away from your focus. There's lots of speed bumps in life, lots of roadblocks on our journey. It's easy to give up. It's important that once you start something, you stay with it until you are done. Once you start something, finish it. It doesn't mean that when you start something and get frustrated, you give up. Give yourself time. Figure out another way around it and continue on. Once you start something, stay with it until you are done. It's so important to maintain a positive attitude. Be proactive. Think of ways to solve the problems instead of complaining. Figure out how to solve those problems. Avoid being negative. Complaint and negativism would most likely prevent you from moving forward and succeeding. Take a step at a time. You will face struggles, speed bumps, or roadblocks. Be patient and persistent. There is no shortcut to success. Make sure that you have a good foundation. From my experience in college, I was at home visiting family, and when I went back to school, during my ride back to college, they didn't show up my ride for college. And I was very stubborn, but I would not let anything stop me from getting there. So you know what I decided to do? I think Cincinnati to Rochester is about 8 hours. I decided to hitchhike on the highway because I was going to get to college because I was stubborn. And that was one way that I was persistent. My next piece of advice is to be assertive. Don't be afraid to ask questions if you need information or you don't understand. Don't be afraid to ask questions. That's the point. Be assertive. Maybe you're working a job and your boss is giving a presentation and you're standing there and you're not understanding something. Don't be afraid to ask. Ask them to repeat themselves if you don't understand. Be assertive. This is the real world. You have to learn to deal with it. My next piece of advice is to accept mistakes as your learning experiences. Trials and tribulations. Learn from your mistakes. I have experienced that in college. I may have not had enough support, but I went ahead and made those mistakes. And I learned. I made mistakes, I asked questions, and I learned how to do better from those mistakes so that I could do better next time and make things better for myself. Your journey is like an adventure. Maybe you want to travel to Alaska. You want to backpack alone. That's an adventure. That is a serious challenge to do that alone with all the wild animals, planning for that trip. That can be very scary, but it can also be very exciting. But if you don't make that first step, how will you know? You must take that first step. The best way to make decisions in life, long-term or short-term, is planning. You must make a plan. Some people make decisions very quickly without any thought, but you must plan. Last-minute decisions often happen. Sometimes you can't help it. Before making a decision, double check. Think about the pros and the cons before you make a decision. I was watching a presentation about a student who received an award. A student who was serving and helping others. And that is one thing that everyone should do, especially you graduates. You should be serving others, supporting and encouraging. God made people to help others. To help others. That's what people were made for. If you help others often, they will remember and help you too. My last piece of advice is about respecting others. Respecting others, respecting your parents, authority, governments. Respecting coworkers, friends. Even if they mistreat you, still respecting them. I love the concept of the younger generation respecting the older generation. A lot of younger people are not respecting the older generation. So my piece of advice to you is to please respect your elders. And if you do that, the next younger generation will respect you. If you don't respect them, they may not respect you. This is my advice that I wanted to share with you. I hope you make good use of this advice. Do your best. The sky is the limit. When time comes, you can pass this advice to future generations. Again, congratulations on your success. I wish you nothing but the best in your journey. Thank you.
Now, I would like to ask our Vice President for Instructional Programs, Ms. Vera Hendricks, to come up to present Mr. Reed with a gift from us.
Mr. Reed, on behalf of the class of 2021 and the staff and faculty at the Alabama School for the Deaf, we want to give you this print of Johnson Hall. This was back in the day when I started almost 40 years ago, when we had trees in the front. We don't have trees in the front anymore.
Wow.
But we want to give you this print of the front of Johnson Hall. Thank you so much for your wise words of wisdom.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Now, I would like to ask some of our amazing seniors to come forward to present the senior class gift. Please welcome Kate Henson, Alicia Jaramillo, and Elizabeth Gillum. Hello. I'd like to present the senior gift for the class of 2021. I think we're going to have it on the screen, maybe. Are we? Oh. Just explain what the gift is since we don't have it on the screen. We were presenting a porch swing. So the kids can have somewhere to sit and swing out here in front of the cafeteria, where they can chat and just, enjoy themselves sitting outside, socializing, and, they don't have to just play all the time. They have a place to sit. So let's give them a hand, because thank you, seniors. Thank you for the gift. We are going to cherish that forever. Now, I would like to ask the chair of the Aidb board, Ms. Frances Taylor, to come to present the Aidb Trustee Award. Ms. Frances Taylor.
I just want to congratulate all our seniors on behalf of the board. We're so proud of all of you. You've just been the embodiment of persistence and strength. And I think the recipient of this award personifies that more than anybody else. We're pleased to give this award to Mr. Cade Henson.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Taylor and the Board of Trustees. Now, I would like to announce the recipients of various scholarships. Seniors, as I call your name, please stand and be recognized for your achievements. The Aussie Roberts Award of $250 from the Alabama Association of the Deaf is presented to two seniors, Kate Henson and Autumn Jones. $250 award is presented by the Alabama Black Deaf Advocates Association to Alicia Jaramillo. The ASD Alumni Association is awarding 2 awards, the Scholar and the Outstanding Worker. The Scholar goes to Kate Henson, and the Outstanding Worker to Alicia Jaramillo. The Aidb Foundation managed for a Covington Scholarship of $1,000 is presented to Cade Henson. The next one, the Aidb Foundation managed Fred Houston Award of $500 is presented to Alicia Jaramillo. The next one, I'd like the next one I give out, I would like the person to come up here and receive it. This is the Aidb Foundation managed Thomas Goolsby Citizenship Award. This is for $500, and that is presented to Cade Henson. Come on up. Congratulations. Thank you. Now, the Aidb Foundation managed William Bill Biggs Scholarship of $2,500 is presented to Elizabeth Gillum. Congratulations. Now, the Aidb Foundation Johnson Scholarship for $3,600 is presented to Cade Henson. No, you can just stay there. All right. Now, I want to say congratulations to all the ASD seniors. Now, it's time the graduates are waited for. Are y'all ready? Okay. So now it is time to award our seniors their diplomas. Dr. Massia, having satisfactorily completed the prescribed course of study in conformity with the graduation requirements and standards established by the Aidb Board of Trustees, I am very proud to present to you the 2021 graduating class of the Alabama School for the Deaf.
Thank you, Mr. Saunders. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Alabama Institute for Deaf and Blind, I now confer upon you the diploma of the Alabama School for the Deaf and officially congratulate each of you upon your graduation. Appreciation is extended to Mr. Paul Saunders and the faculty and staff of the Alabama School for the Deaf in assisting all of our seniors in reaching their goals. Congratulations.
Okay, seniors, please stand up. And of course, line up over here. I would like now to ask our president, Dr. John Massia, our vice president, Miss Vera Hendricks, our graduation speaker, Mr. John Reed, and high school director, Miss Shanae Rouse, to join us for the presentation of the diplomas. Okay, well, let's start with our first graduate. Hudson Taylor Akers from Hoover, Alabama. Johnny Way Christenberry from Harpersville, Alabama. Poppy Lee Christenberry from Harpersville, Alabama. Cullen Isaiah Jacob Crook from Talladega, Alabama. Joel Arnaldo Espinoza Cruz from Birmingham, Alabama. Destiny Lynn Dubose from Talladega, Alabama. Elizabeth Grace Gillum from Alexander City, Alabama. Matthew Cade Henson from Oxford, Alabama. Alicia Estela Jaramillo from Huntsville, Alabama. Autumn Shamir Jones from Bay Minette, Alabama. Sit back. Jaquavius Levante McCray from Louisville, Alabama. Dallas William McMullen Schifferly from Heflin, Alabama. Christopher Heath Morrison from Huntsville, Alabama. Aisha, Kadraya, Thema, Naya, Nance from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Michael Isaiah Page from Phoenix City, Alabama. Kaylee Marie Peoples from Foley, Alabama. Montserrat Sanchez from Calera, Alabama. Ariel LaShawn Shields from Montgomery, Alabama. Now, I'd like for us to recognize our seniors who are our newly ASD graduates. If they'll stand. Let's applaud. Give them a round of applause. Y'all can be seated. Sorry. I would like to express our sincere thanks to our outstanding interpreters doing the ASL and voicing interpreting, Stephen Kane, Rosemary Guy, Amanda Ward, Mary Hill. Let's give them a round of applause. Also want to recognize our Spanish interpreters, Nancy Foshi and Kenton Myers, who are sitting in the back here. So let's give them a round of applause. Interpreters, thank you for providing us with full accessibility for everyone here so that we can all enjoy this day of celebration for our graduates. I want to thank you, Jessica Brummett, for sharing with us your talent as an outstanding pianist. The music was beautiful. Thanks to our photographer. Oh, round of applause. Thanks to our photographer who takes very beautiful photographs and is here, Bob Crisp. Some announcements I need to make is that the graduates will be receiving guests outside in front of McFarland Auditorium. Seniors, don't forget to pick all of your graduation stuff up from Mrs. McIntyre's classroom. In a moment, I will ask everyone to stand to honor our ASD graduates. But please wait for the graduates to leave the auditorium before moving into the aisles to exit. Now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the most recent graduates of the Alabama School for the Deaf, the class of 2021. Congratulations. Everyone, please stand.